All right. Okay. Welcome to Grue, and thank you both so much for coming on and doing the show. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Rocco.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Hi, Rocco.
Hi, how's it going?
Good.
So I guess like the first question I want to start out asking is actually for Jill. Like, what inspired you to want to make the film and make Julie's like voice heard?
Well, Julie was my mother-in-law. I mean, I'm a documentarian, but I met her when I was 21, and I'd wanted to make a film about her, but never had the chance. And I was kind of nervous to ask her because it's a big ask. And she wanted to write a book and never got to. And when she was in her 90s during the pandemic, she was living in this farmhouse with her son, my ex-husband, and I would go and visit. And I just found her in this prolific state of mind where she was just telling these stories that I wanted to record. That I would take my iPhone out and film. And
Oh,
eventually I took my professional cameras back and, you know, telling the story of a iconic woman who opened doors for so many people, started her career in the 1960s, dealt with major sexism, got accused of objectification, and yet managed to create the most profitable magazine issue in publishing history. I think that's a story that deserves to be told, and not many people know who Julie is.
oh no, yeah, definitely. And Shumba, when did you first start working for Julie, and how did she wind up like booking you for the shoot?
Oh, good question. Well, my first Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue that I shot was back in 1989.
Oh
And
wow.
my first appearance in the issue was 1990 through 1995. And how Julie found me is I was working as a fashion model in Paris. Like I was a runway model. I mean, this looked like it belonged on the runway, not in a swimsuit magazine. So I was doing like a lot of editorial for like Vogue and Elle and Marie Claire, and I was doing, um, runway shows and just traveling all around the world. I was, having a moment. And then Julie, she was always looking to diversify the magazine and be inclusive with the types of women that were featured in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. And she says she saw me. She saw me pictures of me. She saw me on the runway. She's like, there was something about, I don't know, whatever it was about my essence or aura that, just kind of spoke to her. And she said, this girl is very interesting. I think that she should be in this magazine. And then she pursued and reached out. And I was living in Europe at the time. I was living in Paris, and I wasn't necessarily working in America. And by the time I got an agent in the United States, I think it was probably like 1989. And then they said, "You." One of my first jobs in the U.S. was for Sports Illustrated. She had me come in. I was super skinny though. Oh my gosh. She had me come in. I tried to wear like a little tight onesie to like look like I had more curves than I did. And then I came in and she looked at me and then she's like, I don't know, I was just nervous because I grew up with this magazine. I grew
Yeah.
up like watching Paulina and Christy Brinkley and Carol
Yeah.
all these like gigantic heroic models. And then I couldn't process how I would be in the magazine with those women. It just was like I was really young and anyway, but she hired me and yeah, the photo shoot with the red boat. I don't know if you saw that. I think it's in the
Yeah.
documentary, but the red boat. She had this whole narrative, this whole storyline for me. Like I was like this little sailor girl, so she had this cute little sailor hat and this little sailor swimsuit, and they hand painted that boat on the island for my
Oh,
shoot. I don't even know where they got the paint from. I'm gonna be really
She like
honest with you
planned
because we were
everything.
in the
Yeah.
Grenadine Islands. It just was like what? So she saw me, she liked me, she took me in. But the wonderful thing about it is she was kind of like a mother figure for me, and I think it's because I was
mhm.
so young and I was so scared and I was out of my element. And then she was so beautiful and warm and loving and nurturing. And then we just bonded instantly. And then she kept having me come back. Yeah. And, you know, I'm still working for Sports Illustrated even today.
That's awesome.
I know, right? Can you imagine first shoot in 1989 and I shot again in 2025? It's
Oh my
crazy.
God,
I
that's
know, right?
amazing. Yeah. And the next question is for you both. Like, what do you, what's the impact that Julie had on all these women and the world of modeling?
I mean, Rishamba could talk about this more, but she was the first one to name models in the magazine. So she would list their names. So in doing that, before that, they were just coat hangers. People didn't know who models were. They
Uh,
became known, and Julie was responsible for the supermodel.
Right.
And once these women became known, they were able to capitalize that on that and build careers. So like
Hmm.
Cheryl Teague's, signed a contract with Sears, and
Hmm.
Kathy Ireland created her own business, and Tyra Banks and Rashumba. And so she not only, you know, was responsible for this magazine, she was responsible for some of the most iconic modeling careers in history.
Hmm.
And she would say she worked with intelligent and kind women. So all the women she worked with were business women and took this opportunity and ran with it.
Right.
wow.
Yeah. So I will add on to what Jill is saying. So someone summed it up for us or for me the best is she gave us our identity.
Yeah.
Before Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue, you know, runway models were runway models, but you didn't know who they were. Or fashion models were fashion models, or someone was in a commercial. She put us, on par with like Hollywood actresses. Like people would look at the magazine and they would watch like the making of videos, and they're like, "Oh my God, that's Rashumba." And as Tyra says, "Oh my God, that was Tyra," which set us up to go beyond just a career as a model, which is usually like a few years and then you disappear, no one knows who you are. But she set us up to be brand ambassadors, business women, moguls, and Hollywood actresses. Carol Alt, influencers like the girls today, like you have Alex Earl and Kate Upton, who just like skyrocketed when she was in Sports Illustrated in swimsuit issue. But the thing that she honed in on was the wholesomeness of the girl. There was just like the girl next door. She's wholesome. She's smart. She's beautiful. She could be your daughter. She could be your girlfriend. She could be your wife. She could be your sister, but she could also be your boss. And
Yeah.
that's what she gave to us. Is she gave us this, she used this Sports Illustrated platform and she built us up. But not only with the photographs, she poured like knowledge and loving and nurturing and information into us. She would tell us, make sure you have a plan after your modeling. Make sure you save your pennies, have good partners in your life, make good choices and take care of yourself. And I just was like, wow, this, now that we've done the documentary, I didn't know how lucky I was to have a fairy godmother like Jule Campbell until, Jill started to tell this story. And I'm like, that's why I'm still here. That's why I'm
Mhm.
sane, I'm healthy, I'm smart. I have a budding career in television and acting. I'm writing books. It's just like, it's because of Jule Campbell.
Damn. Wow. She's amazing.
Yeah.
Uh, and a next question for you both. Once again, like, what did you both love most about making this film and about doing it and showcasing Julie?
I mean, I loved being able to, when you're really close to someone who's related to you, you don't know how
Hmm.
to step back and study the person they are outside of that relationship, and just learning who she was as a businesswoman, the decisions she made, how, she had this very solid moral upbringing. She was raised by like in a very religious Catholic family. She was a very principled person, diligent person, hard worker. But I really loved meeting the ladies. I've become close to all of them. They are my sisters. They welcomed me into the sisterhood, which
Oh, good.
and it's a hard sisterhood to get into. And I can't tell you, Rashumba has shown up for me whenever I've asked her. Carol Alt, Kim Alexis, Kathy Ireland, Christy Brinkley, everyone,
Tyra.
Tyra. I'm blown away, and they're doing that because Julie showed up for them. So what's life about? You give back, right? Julie gave
Yeah.
so much to them. They're giving back to her. Like it's like the cream does, rise to the top.
Oh,
And
yeah.
all these women really appreciate what she did. So that's what we have to do as human beings, but as women, we have to lift each other up. We can't beat each other up. We can't just stop
Mhm.
with any competitiveness. We have to continue to respect each other's lives and opinions. And that's what this film has been about. And, you know, I like to tell women's stories, and it's just been an honor to share not only Julie's story, but a little bit about all of these ladies' stories in relation to Julie.
I would agree with Jill. Definitely the sisterhood being, oh my gosh, being Jill told this beautiful story, and I'm so grateful because she saved our legacy, because had she not found the all of the footage, the Polaroids, the slides and everything that she found in Julie's Red Barn, and had she not been with Julie, during the last days of her life during COVID, this story would have never have been told, and you wouldn't know what really happened behind the scenes. And being reunited with ladies that I grew up with, we were so young, on these trips to these exotic places away from our families, a lot of us carrying our teddy bears along the way. And just, Julie was the glue. So reuniting with the sisterhood, but also teaching the next generation of where this started. To me, that's one of the most important things, because you have these young ladies who have very successful careers. Megan Thee Stallion was in The Issue. Alex Earl is on Dancing with the Stars. You've got Serena Williams, who's been in Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Issue. All of these people who are kind of benefiting from this iconic woman, but none of them know who she really is and what really happened. I mean, you've got like editor, like MJ Day, the people behind the scenes, and just makeup artists and hairstylists and, swimsuit brands that are super successful because of this one woman, because she was so humble and didn't tell her own story. I'm grateful that this story is being told so people know whose shoulders they're standing on.
Yeah, definitely. Uh, I'm going to ask a question that has nothing to do with the film. What is your go-to karaoke song for the both of you?
Oh my gosh, my don't go to karaoke song. Oh God, I wish I could sing too. Lady
God.
Marmalade. But
Oh yeah,
the
that's a
Chris,
good one.
yeah. But the Christina Aguilera version.
Yes, yes,
Give me a couple margaritas.
definitely, yes.
And it's game on. Oh my goodness, that's my go-to.
Oh my God. Mine is, I guess, anything from Sheryl Crow. I can't even think of titles right now, but yeah.
Nice. I know we're coming up on our time, so I just want to ask, the last question is basically like, where can fans watch the film and also follow you both at?
Well, the film is Beyond the Gaze Film on Instagram. I'm Jill Campbell on Instagram. The film is streaming basically Apple TV, Amazon Prime, YouTube TV and film, Canopy, Kinema. Like if you Google or go to our website, you'll find it. It's everywhere.
Mhm. And for me, my social media handles are Roshumba W, Roshumba W, because my last name is Williams, and someone had stolen Roshumba, so I had to add the
Oh
W. So
no.
I'm Roshumba W. So yeah, and then also if you go to Sports Illustrated, you can see, my page on Sports Illustrated. There's like all the footage from the photo shoot that I did this year in 2026, the cover shoot in 2025, the runway shows in 2023, and then of course Beyond the Gaze. We're all over that, and and also you can check me out on the red carpet, which is ABC's of how would I say, high end brand of red carpet coverage. So that's my
Oh,
other day job, is I do fashion commentary for the show On the Red Carpet for ABC.
oh wow, nice. Well, thank you so much for coming on. It was very nice meeting you both. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
It's been
And I hope
great.
everyone enjoys the streaming and watching the film and get it how you can.
Definitely. Well, have an amazing night.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, you too, Rocco. Nice to meet you.
Bye.